Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. We're going to start our program. So tap your neighbor, tap your glass. Get ready for this. Welcome to MSAA's 12th annual Improving Lives benefit. Yes. Woo indeed. My name is Lucas Hunt, your MC and later on fundraising host, or as I like to say, facilitator of giving. but we're so happy to have you back here. I have to start off by saying I'm a lucky man because last year, our Mission Honoree, Tyler Campbell, was the MC. But this year, he's even better position. He's our Mission Honoree, so you'll be hearing from him. We have so much inspiration, gratitude, and opportunity to focus on tonight, and there are many ways to deepen our support of the MSA here tonight. From the Mission Giving Wall, which you may have seen during the cocktail hour, which is up to $29,000 already, thanks to your generosity. Darn good, thank you. We also have the silent auction and the opportunity for direct donations that we'll be sharing information with you later. We're here tonight for the MSAA because they're here every day for our friends and family dealing with MS in their lives. So right now, I'm delighted to kick things off tonight by welcoming MSAA's president and CEO, Amanda Montag, to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to MSA's 12th Improving Lives benefit. For the past 56 years, MSA has been really a leading force in the MS community, providing vital resources and hope to people living with MS and the broader MS community. Tonight, you're going to hear from some very inspirational honorees whose work matches the mission of MSAA, and you're also going to hear about some of the exciting work that's happening at MSAA. I also want to take a moment to welcome all of those who are joining us virtually. We welcome you to drop comments in the chat box, obviously bid on auction items, give donations, and send all of your good vibes our way as well. We're in for a really exciting night. We're really excited to have you all here. Get ready to be inspired. Please join me in welcoming Claude Pinnock, our Chief Operating and Health Officer, to the stage.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is as delighted to be here as I am. It's nice to see some of you again, as I was here about a year ago. And I'm delighted to actually be working here full time. I think the work that MSAA does is fantastic and was worthy of me convincing or conniving my way in and convincing Amanda to hire me and the rest of the team. So delighted to be here. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you all for joining us tonight for our 12th Improving Lives benefits. On behalf of the entire team at MSAA, we are thrilled to welcome the MS community in person and online for an evening of connection and inspiration. Tonight, we're excited to honor Tyler Campbell as our 2026 Mission Honoree and icometrix as our 2026 Corporate Honoree. This night would not be possible without the generous support and partnership of our event sponsors. Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Novartis Pharmaceuticals Corporation. Novartis has generously been the presenting sponsor for our Improving Lives benefit for the last 12 years. We are also honored to collaborate with them on the Multiple Sclerosis Implementation Network, or MSIN, a groundbreaking patient-centric initiative which you will hear me talk about a little bit more shortly. I'd also like to thank our gold, silver, and bronze sponsors. At the gold level, we have Biogen, Genentech, and Immunic Therapeutics. At the silver level, we have ANI Pharmaceuticals, Fiduciary Trust International, Keenova, Polar Products, Octave Bioscience, Sanofi Genzyme, TG Therapeutics, and Zenes Biopharma. And at the bronze level, EMD Serrano, Evernorth Health Services, Fox Rothschild, IPM Advancement, and Dr. Annette Akai, and the North Texas Institute of Neurology and Headache. Thank you all so much. As I previously mentioned, for the past 3 years, Novartis has been a trusted partner for MSIN, the Multiple Sclerosis Implementation Network. MSIN is a patient-centered, practice-based research network. A lot of people talk about patient-centeredness, but it's not a tick box for us. At its core, MSIN is anchored around people living with MS, with a patient-centered lens and research principles applied throughout the network, and that includes several individuals living with MS on the board of the initiative itself. We recently reached a very meaningful milestone, and the network has contributed meaningful insights, including reaching and enrolling more than 1,000 individuals living with MS across 20 sites nationwide, which was a huge milestone we celebrated recently. By sharing data and outcomes across these sites, healthcare professionals learn from one another and build evidence on new MS innovations by understanding how they are implemented in real-world settings. These outcomes could shape guidelines and accelerate the adoption of those innovations into everyday practice, ultimately improving the quality of care and health outcomes for people with MS, which is why we're all here. We are so incredibly proud of the work we have done together to date and continue to seek new and innovative programs that positively impact individuals living with MS in communities throughout the country. Thank you, Novartis. And with that, it is also now my great pleasure to welcome Kristen Miller, VP, General Manager of the Multiple Sclerosis Neuroimmunology Portfolio at Novartis Pharmaceuticals Corporation. Thank you, Kristen.
At Novartis, we reimagine medicine to improve and extend people's lives. Together with patients, providers, and partners, we push the boundaries of science to find the next breakthrough and reimagine what's possible.
All right, good evening, everyone. As mentioned, I am Kristen Miller, and I'm the General Manager for MS and Neuroimmunology at Novartis. I can't tell you how thrilled I am to be here, along with my Novartis colleagues, to support this amazing benefit. And I want to take a little bit of time here. We already mentioned, yes, we're here as a presenting sponsor, and we're so proud, and it's been 12 years. But the first thing that I want to do is thank the entire MSAA team. This event is an event that every single year inspires hope, inspires generosity. It inspires connection. And that's exactly what we're here to do. So I would love to just take a moment and give MSAA team a huge round of applause for this event. Okay, so right now at Novartis, we really believe now is the time. Now is the time where we have to really imagine what neuroscience can be, what neuroscience treatment can be. If you think about it, your brain, your nervous system, it makes up who you are every day. It's how you communicate. It's how you move. So when neurological diseases hit, they hit hard, and they hit very personally. And that's what drives us. That's what drives us to do what we do. So when we think about how we can really advance MS and how we can make a difference here, we of course think about pushing for earlier diagnosis. We think about making treatment decisions that are informed. We certainly think about serving the individuals and the families who are living with MS and making sure that they have the support and the resources that they do. So all of that fuels us. It fuels a sense of urgency. It fuels a sense of passion. It fuels a sense of resilience. And all of that comes through. We at Novartis, we have a unifying mindset that we use every day, and it's called Everyone Counts. And that one stands for two things. It's got two meanings. It's one, as in one more, and it's one, as in everyone in the room. And the mindset is, every day, how can we do one more thing? How can we have one more meaningful action that will make a difference in one person's life? And we believe that'll happen. So that's how we live. That's how we operate on a daily basis. That fuels our innovation. And it also fuels how we partner with organizations like MSAA. So I do want to say I am so proud. We have had a long-standing relationship. We just mentioned MSIN. We have the opportunity this year. We're supporting a few important programs, and I'm just going to mention them really quickly. The first one is MSAA's ecosystem framework. So this has been, it's had a few phases. We've been involved in a bunch of them. This latest phase is an awareness campaign. And it's an awareness campaign to make sure that we have expanded access, that people have expanded access to health literacy information. We also want to make sure that there's more awareness of MS for those people who are so crucial in the process, so crucial in diagnosing, so crucial in care coordination, so crucial in improving long-term outcomes. So that's the first one. Second one is an in-person education program for individuals and families who are new to the MS journey. We want to help them navigate that journey with hope and confidence. So we're very proud to support that one as well. And then the last one that I'll mention here, and something that I know is very important to a lot of people, is MSAA's Series to Improve MS Care in Rural and Medically Underserved Areas. So this really is important. It's getting information, education, and best practices out to those communities that may not be able to access them as easily. So with that, I want to say thank you. Thank you for the partnership. Thank you for our chance to contribute to that. And I also want to say congratulations to Tyler and congratulations to icometrix. So proud to be here. So happy to have you guys as honorees. And with that, I'm going to thank you very much for all being here to support MSAA's mission. Thanks so much.
Please welcome Amanda Montag and Dr. Barry Hinden, MSAA's Chief Medical Officer, to the stage.
So we're here together to really honor and remember Dr. Andy Wu, and we're privileged to have his family with us, and that means Gina and Miles and Julian and Alex and Rhoda, if I haven't missed anyone. But I'll tell each of you that a lot of people in this room also think that they're Andy's family. It's widely shared. It's a widely shared emotion. It would be easy to honor and respect Andy on the basis of his professional work. He got his PhD in immunology in 1991 before most neurologists knew that there was a difference between B cells and T cells. It was very forward thinking. But really, thereafter, he had been a gifted teacher and a gifted clinician and healer. I spoke with Gina about this idea that you can be a good technician with a knowledge of the science and lack of bedside manner, or vice versa. Andy was both. And really, the other contribution was the one that we hold so dear, and that is Andy was a member of our family, and that is the MSAA Board of Directors. And so his contributions would have been sufficient, Diana, would have been sufficient in and of itself. But that wasn't exactly who Andy was, at least that wasn't the extent of who Andy was. I again spoke with Gina about the stereotype of a neurologist. I don't know if you've thought about the stereotype of a neurologist, but we're not necessarily viewed as being the most sociable or interesting people in the world. Knowledgeable, yes. Bright, yes. But not someone you want to spend a long time with. Andy was the opposite. He really embraced life. We're smart enough. Andy was smarter. Too many of us are serious without a sense of humor. Andy had a sense of humor and a sense of whimsy. He was eloquent. He was able to communicate. And he was deeply good. I have a couple vignettes that I thought about when I thought about what I wanted to share about my time with Andy, and that was once he came to Phoenix to give a lecture, and I thought, he's smart. He actually knows what he's talking about, and he knows it at a level of depth and a level of knowledge of the literature that most of us don't have. And I thought, this is a guy. Then I came to Los Angeles to do a lecture and went to visit Andy at his office. He pulled out a wooden recorder and played a refrain from Fiddler on the Roof to welcome me to his office. But that's the whimsy. That's the human being. That's the fact that there's somebody besides just a skilled neurologist. And so when I think about Andy, it really is about his embrace of life, his embrace of music, his embrace of food, his embrace of people. He loved his mission, and he loved the people he dealt with. And I will tell you, Gina, we respected him enormously for his skill set, and we loved him enormously.
Beautifully said. So I'll add a few words of my longtime love affair with Andy Wu. I first met him 21 years ago when I first started with MSAA. We had a patient program in Santa Monica, and I remember I knew he was remarkable well before I ever met him, because almost to a person, each patient who called to RSVP asked me if I had ever heard Dr. Wu speak. And I said, no. And they said, you're in for a treat. And I was. Getting to watch Andy present to either physicians, healthcare professionals, or patients was really a treat, because he had this remarkable combination of brilliance and humility. And he led with kindness and compassion and empathy, but woven through it all was this amazing sense of humor. And he could take things that were serious and difficult to talk about and leave a whole room of people living with MS in laughter. Just a remarkable human being and a beloved member of the MS community and a beloved member of the MSA family. And I know full well that he will live on in all of us who got to know him and will be remembered forever in the MS community that he served so well. We'd like to invite Andy's family up. If you'd like to come up to the stage.
Thank you all so much. I just wanted to say, extend my deepest gratitude to the board and the members of the MS Association of America for this tremendous honor. I'm also proud to have my family here today. My sons Miles and Julian, Andy's sister Rhoda, and his nephew, Alex. Andy, as many of you know, was truly passionate about multiple sclerosis research and treatment, but more than that, he cared deeply for his patients. And I just want to thank you all. I know Andy would be humbled by this recognition, as am I, so thank you all very much. Thank you.
Painting from Benjamin, a person living with MS, who is part of our art showcase that we're going to be giving to Gina and the Wu family, so that you always remember MSA and what Andy meant to all of us.
Thank you for that very moving tribute to Andy, folks. We are now going to break for dinner. So get ready to enjoy that, and the silent auction is open till 8:30, so you can make a bid there. There's the giving wall if you want to do that, and QR code in the middle of your table for all of those interactions. Please enjoy your meals. We'll resume our program shortly. right, everybody. How's it going? How's everybody doing? You got a red wine, sir. Yes, cheers to you. Welcome back. Welcome back. We hope you've enjoyed your meal. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Wouldn't be here without you. Good news, silent auction has been extended to 8:45. Right, so you can keep bidding. Yeah, oh, some people are happy about that. If you're like an eBay bidder, you like to put your bid in at the last minute, this guy's ready to go. And the giving wall, still going with the giving wall, so anybody who wants to step out there. Let's return to our program, right? And welcome to the stage. This is the good part. This is where we really get excited. Please welcome to the stage Dr. Mitzi Williams.
All right, well, good evening, everyone. It is okay to respond. Good evening, everyone. Okay, I am so excited to be here to support my friends at the MSAA. I have been in practice almost 20 years, and MSAA has been such an amazing partner in helping to educate and help so many in the immunology and MS community. And it is my distinct pleasure here to present an award to a good friend of mine, Tyler Campbell. When I was thinking about what I could say about Tyler, there's so many things I could say, but 3 words came to the top of my mind. And they were faith, family, and purpose. Faith, because if you know Tyler gonna say a prayer before we go out and give a talk. He's gonna make sure everybody's straight. And you know that his faith in God is really what drives him to do so much of what he does. And then I would say family, because if you know Tyler, you're gonna hear about his wife, Shayna, because they are partners in all things. And so it's so amazing to see him as a father and growing his beautiful family, and to see how they partner together and all the advocacy work that he does. And then the third word that came to mind was purpose. You know, I've heard Tyler tell his story many times about how he was diagnosed and how his life was on this trajectory. And then once he got the diagnosis of MS, you know, people have choices about what they want to do. Sometimes people may, you know, sit for a minute in what they thought their lives would be like, and some people don't recover very well from that. But to see him pivot and become such an inspiration as a speaker, as a fundraiser, as an advocate, and to see his vulnerability and sharing with the community has just been so inspiring and amazing to witness. And I didn't tell him this, but actually last week, I was in clinic seeing a patient, and I was saying, you know who you should follow on social media? Tyler Campbell. And he said, you know what? I reached out to him, and he actually called me. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that he would actually call me. And so just to show what an amazing person he is and how he is just willing to touch so many people, and to encounter Tyler is to forever be changed. And I'm so excited to honor him as a Mission Honoree. And before he comes up, we're gonna have a quick video where some people share the same sentiments, and then we'll have him come up to the stage for remarks.
Tyler is one of those people that you like more the more that you know him. Tyler has a story that it's beautifully shocking.
After one of his games, he was having a lot of neurological symptoms. He couldn't pass simple tests like nose to finger. And then we found out after just a lot of different testing that he had multiple sclerosis. We didn't really know what multiple sclerosis was at the time. He said, you know what, I'm gonna touch way more people with this than I would ever toting the pigskin, were his exact words, which was football. To watch that come full circle over 20 years later is quite amazing.
Being the first college player to play with MS, I would imagine the level of resilience mentally and emotionally can't help but to inspire everybody.
One of the things that I admire most about Tyler is his authenticity, particularly with all the things going on social media It's always about appearance, but with Tyler, like, you are going to get Tyler no matter what setting you're in.
I think what people don't know about Tyler is how funny he is and how he's able to use humor in a way that disarms people. I'd love people to know that Tyler's advocacy doesn't really stop when the spotlight fades. He listens, he mentors, he supports others quietly and consistently, and always just with genuine care.
Even before he was diagnosed with MS, he was working in the community. He was fundraising for children in lower economic communities. So he always had a servant heart in community work. But once he stopped playing football and was diagnosed with MS, he pivoted and his mission changed.
Most people in our church probably do not know how impactful Tyler is in terms of his speaking, in terms of his advocacy for those in the MS community, because he doesn't need that. He does this out of a sense of calling.
You know, after diagnosis, he really got in there and figured out how he could be involved. Men don't tend to congregate as much as women. And so having him out there as an example of somebody who was open about the things that he struggled with has really, I think, raised awareness in the male MS community, but also allowed others to have space to say what they're struggling with and feel like they're not alone.
You have done such amazing things, touched so many different people. You're a true inspiration, not only to me, but to our kids.
He shows up every day, regardless of what challenges he might be facing with MS. And he really lifts people up in a way that makes people comfortable, really talking about the things that matter.
And he's always very forthright about the things that he has struggled with. You are a blessing to the people. I'm so excited that you are being honored tonight.
All of the things that you are doing, you said you were going to do it over 20 years ago. Tyler Campbell, I love you.
Let us welcome to the stage our 2026 Mission Honoree, Tyler Campbell.
I thought I was gonna be able to cry when I got on stage, and I was crying before I got on stage. I wanna say thank you so very much to the MSAA. Thank you so very much for the tireless work that you do for members like myself of the multiple sclerosis community. Thank you for all the sponsors who are here, who are present. Many of you, I've gotten a chance to know you over all of these years of time. Thank you for all you do with giving people like myself hope, or like a beautiful family like I have. I'm blessed because out of 7 some odd billion people in the world, I found a beautiful and amazing woman who loves me back. So I consider myself the wealthiest man in the world because of those things. And nobody could ever tell me different. I started with just trying to help people. My grandma would always say, just be on the right side of right, and you can never go wrong. So I started with helping kids in the underserved communities and making sure that we were blessed as football players to have scholarships. And so if you're blessed to have a scholarship, then you can't forget where you come from and the people who help you get there. And so you gotta help young faces and our babies in the community to dream. I met Pro Player Foundation when I was at San Diego State, California, and it was because I served at a place called Encanto Elementary School, which is in the rougher part of San Diego, and I saw that our babies didn't have all the materials that they needed to learn. And I said, somebody has to do something about that. And so I got with one of my teammates, and that was my first introduction to fundraising. I have no problem hearing the word no. I was always told no just means not for right now. And so I found a woman by the name of Mary B. in San Diego, California, and she was a part of Pro Player Foundation. And she was like, well, you want to help these kids, you're going to need money to do that. I said, I already got the capital. I just need you to help me find a way to get the kids the materials that they need and tell other people in San Diego about what I'm doing as a San Diego State athlete. And so we put on our first ever fundraiser called Fairways for Kids, and it was a golf tournament. And so when I got diagnosed with MS, I already knew where I was supposed to be. And it's not what I thought I could do. My disease, me and Damian Washington, those of you who are in the MS community, you know Damian very well. I consider him a brother of mine. And we always laugh and joke. We say, we don't like this disease, we hate this disease, but you know what? This disease has allowed us to step into so many rooms and meet so many other people and to help so many other people. My disease, I wouldn't wish it upon anybody, but I'd be lying to you if I didn't say my disease was a blessing to be able to find ways to open up doors for not only people from my community, but from other people across the world that I never thought that I could imagine to be able to reach. I'm not saying that needs to be your mindset with MS, but I will speak vulnerability and truth. I'm thankful for my disease. I'm thankful that I could bring my cousin with me from Tyler, Texas, to be able to see Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I'm so proud because, Ray, when we were 16 years old, we lost our cousin Alex on Christmas Day. And we always talked about the places we were going to go when we were kids and what we were going to do. And so when the MSAA told me I could bring somebody else different with me, I brought my cousin because I said, yo, we're coming. Because when we were 16, we said this is what we were going to do. And so to all the advocates who are out there, please keep telling your story. Please keep sharing about your disease. Please keep speaking up about your disease because it's your words and it's the perspective that you have that add value to these amazing companies that are within the room, these amazing MS specialists who are within the room to keep doing what it is that they're doing. So your words matter. And to everybody else within the room, I am here because my ancestors prayed for me. We are all here because somebody came before you and they prayed that you would have a better opportunity than what they had. My people come from Tyler, Texas, rural town in East Texas, and the reason that I'm here boldly to stand in conviction, honesty, and truth is because somebody came before me and prayed that Tyler would have a better opportunity than what they had. And my brothers and my sisters, when you look at things like that, when you know that you're here because of what somebody else has sacrificed for you to be and do, it changes how you treat people. It changes how you love people. It changes the way that you approach your job. It changes the way you treat your wife, your husband, the people you come across. It provides perspective and purpose over your life. And so much in the world is about separation and about what you're not and about what other people have and what you look like and what your skin color is, not recognizing that the only reason you have a platform in the first place to do what it is that you do is because somebody prayed for you to have more than what they had. So it's on my ancestors' shoulders that I stand before you today, and I wear it with pride. And I pray wholeheartedly that everybody else will have that same mindset and heart and purpose towards whatever it is that you do. Know that you are a difference maker, and know that because of all your hard work, me, my wife Shayna, my oldest son Messiah, Cheyenne, Sage, and Adonis, that we can have the life that we have. So I say thank you, and I say thank you so very much to the MSAA for what you do. Love you guys. Have a blessed day.
Please welcome to the stage Andrea Griffin, MSAA's Vice President of Communications and Marketing.
not sure I can follow that speech. Tyler, you're amazing. Congratulations once again on your honoree. Our work at MSAA is truly driven by passionate and committed volunteers, including our amazing board of directors. Joining us tonight are several current board members, as well as some past board members who continue to support MSAA. We are also honored to have MSAA's president from 1999 to 2015, Doug Franklin, joining us this evening as well. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge all of these dedicated individuals for their commitment to our mission. Board members, please stand or raise your hand so that we can express our gratitude for your dedication and the impact that you continue to make on our organization and on the MS community. Board members? We are so fortunate to have our next guest join us on stage. Terry Livingston is the Vice President of Medical Affairs at Octave Bioscience. An accomplished business leader and researcher, Terry has over 25 years of experience in the pharmaceutical and biotech industries. She's a steadfast advocate for the MS community, and we are so incredibly grateful to have Terry serve on MSAA's board of directors. Please join me in welcoming Terry Livingston.
Tyler, I told you I didn't want to have to follow you. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the board of directors, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. Looking out into this room and connecting with those of you online, we haven't forgotten you. I don't just see a group of familiar faces I've known over the years. I see a powerful, resilient community that I deeply am so proud to be a part of. It's amazing to me how life sends us these moments, or these messages, by creating these serendipitous moments. And tonight is one of those nights. 20 years ago, almost to the exact day, my life changed forever. On May 8th, 2006, I received my diagnosis of MS. In that moment of uncertainty, I found my mission. It sparked me to change the narrative of this disease, not just as a patient, but as a clinician, an educator, and a researcher. Since then, I have dedicated my career to pushing the boundaries of biotech and pharma, representing the voice of the patient and striving to advance the research that will define our future. But while science provides the roadmap for tomorrow, MSA is what provides the strength for today. Nearly 1 million people in the United States live with MS, and we know all too well that this journey is never a straight line. It is a path of unique challenges and quiet victories. For over half a century, MSAA has stood as a beacon for us, for ensuring that no one has to navigate those complexities alone. By providing free, vital programs and services, they turn what now into what's possible. MSAA's work is more than just managing a condition. It's about reclaiming our quality of life we all deserve. So your presence and your generosity tonight are the fuel for that mission. You are the reason a newly diagnosed individual can find clarity, not fear. And so to show you exactly what your support makes possible, let's hear from voices of our community about the profound impact and enduring hope that MSAA provides every single day. Thank you.
I was first diagnosed with multiple sclerosis when I was 18 years old, right before heading off to college. The area I was from and where I first started getting the symptoms was a very rural community. We didn't have any neurologists in the area, so every time I needed to go to an appointment with a specialist, I needed to drive 6 to 8 hours, just having to travel back and forth and not being able to actually have close access to any resources.
If you don't understand how to be treated, it's a maze.
I run 5 miles every day. I'm 64, and my daughter can't even cross the street days or go. If she does grocery shopping, she can't go do anything else, you know? So it's really hard as a parent to see that.
The part of Texas I'm from is called the Rio Grande Valley. We're the most medically underserved area in Texas. Our population is about 98% Hispanic, and about 75% of the population either speaks Spanish as a first or secondary language. MSAA has Spanish language resources that are incredibly useful and come in handy, because not only do I get to see these resources, I can also explain them to my family who can only speak Spanish. It makes everything way easier.
And MSAA has always been that organization that has really been about boots on the ground and touching the people. And that's one of the things I really admire, whether it is from the educational programs that they do online, the educational programs that they do in person.
Just because we live in our area doesn't mean we shouldn't be able to get those kind of services.
You say you can't get your MRI because you can't afford to get it. We have a resource available. You say that in the heat, you choose not to get outside because your symptoms get worse in the heat. There's a solution.
MSAA's cooling vest program has really helped me because I love to go hiking, but the heat really takes a toll. But now that I have a cooling vest, I'm able to go hiking more often and enjoy all the seasons. And I've also discovered I can even use the vest indoors while cooking, standing over the stove, having that constant heat. It's just been a great help.
MSAA has been historically a wonderful organization that truly meets patients where they are. If you look around, all the programs that MSAA offer have been intentional to be able to offer patients a very diverse variety of programs and services, anywhere from education to the MRI access program to the cooling program.
I think MSAA has been unique in its focus on making the lives of people with MS better now.
You know, when technology and clinical care come together with the patient at the center, that's when we can make real progress.
MSAA has helped provide access to a community of other people, individuals with MS. So it's allowed me to feel more comfortable asking for help and asking other people how they cope and what they're doing.
MSA has been a lifesaver for us. So thank you all for your services.
Actually, can we get one more round of applause for all of you for making tonight possible? Tyler and Terry, for being here, for being our honorees. Folks, this is such a beautiful moment to be in this room with you, to be in a room full of hope. And Tyler, borrowing your words because you're so poetic, Like, just us being here is an unspoken prayer that everyone who lives with MS has a better life, you know, in the future. And gathering here, dining here, sponsoring this event, thank you for being here, because you are giving hope and giving life to future individuals. It's just amazing, and I love being a part of it. And, you know, we're gonna move the program along, but I just wanted to call attention to the giving wall outside. If anyone wanted to participate in that, that is there for us. But every time I'm here, I'm inspired by what this organization does. And I'm also inspired by things like the New York Yankees, which are on the silent auction, right? You can bid on that still. We still have the silent auction. It's gonna close as I'm talking. And each of the bidding levels corresponds to an impact gift that you can make, like Yankees, $100. That could provide 4 quad canes, right? This is what we're about. There's a wine enthusiast package. That bidding started at $175. That could be a cooling vest, right? These are gifts that we're giving. Perfect wine package. That's awesome. Perfect photo package. Opening bid of $250 could cover 3 walkers. So let's say you have a problem, which a lot of people have, excess capital, right? We have the solution. It's our silent auction. It's that easy. Thank you. We also have artwork by a renowned oil, watercolor, and abstract artist, Sonia Graneva, who's featured across the country. You can bid on that. There's a QR code on your table. This is not a long commercial. There's a QR code, you've heard that. You can bid on all of our stuff, which is closing soon. What else here? Thank you again for making the difference. Everyone, you're here because of the connection, and we appreciate that. That's what we want to echo. So let's see. Oh yeah, people at home, this is not for you. If you're at home and you'd like to participate, you can make a gift also, reaching out to us. You can give on the giving wall. Thank you for tuning in from far and wide. So far tonight, I mentioned before, we raised a lot of money. There's room for more, if you'd like to do that. What else can I say? There was a $10,000 match. I don't know if I addressed that at the beginning, from a board member, anonymous. I just wanted, can we get a little applause for that? Because they said, yeah, if we can raise $10,000 more, that'll be doubled. So again, you'll see the giving wall on your way out. It's beautiful. And I've talked about the difference that all of those things in the silent auction can make. But just so you know, $100, $250, $500, $1,000, every amount counts, right? You can make a massive difference. So if you're able, something like $5,000 could cover 3 sets of cranial C-spine MRIs. Like, that's where it can go. But every dollar matters. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Normally I'd say grab your paddle, right? And let's go for it. We're not doing that. It's over. That's it. That was all it was. But again, thank you. Silent auction closing any minute. Someone's probably gonna wave when it happens, but I think right now this is a beautiful moment to welcome to the stage Alexis Klein and Dr. Annette Okai. Yeah.
Imagine you are experiencing symptoms impacting your life, and your doctor suspects it's multiple sclerosis, and you're told you need an MRI. But that MRI costs thousands of dollars. You haven't met your deductible, and you need that MRI to make the diagnosis. And without the diagnosis, you cannot receive treatment. And then treatment is diagnosis and treatment is delayed, which then affects your life. Imagine you're living with a chronic disease, such as MS, and you're having relapses, and that needs to be evaluated. What if you need a treatment change? And you need an MRI, but you can't afford it. What is to become of your treatment plan? But there is a beacon of hope, and that's where the MSAA come in. For decades, the MSAA has had an MRI program that have provided patients with that lifeline, that have changed their lives, that have helped make the diagnosis, help them monitor their disease, and make treatment changes if necessary. For decades, the MSAA have stood as that beacon. While others have withdrawn, while others have pulled away, they have remained standing. And so your presence here tonight to support the MSAA helps patients nationwide in their MS journey. And so partnership with the MSAA is strategic. It provides hope. It provides that beacon that helps patients know that they are not in this journey alone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for partnering with the MSAA. I am so glad that I am able to work with this group that meet patients at the level of their need, where they need it the most. And the MSAA continues to provide that, and with your help and with your support, they will continue to do so. But it's just not enough that you are here tonight. After you leave, this needs to continue, and we encourage you to do that. But I will stop here and turn it over to Alexis to talk about one partner who has stepped forward to continue to help MSAA be a beacon in the lives of our patients that need help where they need it the most.
Thank you. Over the last year, MSAA has been working with icometrix to bring the latest in AI-driven technology and research to the MRI Access Program. This collaboration will use data to help tell the untold story of how the most underserved people living with MS are being treated and monitored for progression.
Field of multiple sclerosis is moving forward at an extremely rapid pace. We developed IcoBrain MS for multiple sclerosis specifically. It really has been developed to support and improve clinical care by detecting and quantifying that disease activity on the brain MRI scans. All of that is actually captured by an AI solution. They visually see where the changes are in the brain.
So one of the big advantages of icometrix is the fact that now we can dive deeper into the pathology of MS by capturing quantitative changes in the volume of lesions, by looking at the volume of brain.
Now we can use MRI even more in order to enhance the certainty of the diagnosis, as well as to better monitor the evolution of lesions by being able to assess subtle changes in size of those lesions over time.
When people with MS are on the right treatment from the start, it's up to 34% of their future health loss that can be saved. It's an immense number. I mean, it's a third of your future health loss that actually can be saved when you're at the right time on the right treatment.
So patients, for the most part, they are very receptive to the idea of having tools that can better understand their disease. And one of the most perhaps frustrating aspects of their experience with MS is when they live every day with symptoms that clearly are impacting their quality of life. And then we do an MRI, and the MRI doesn't appear to be anything different. That lack of validation between the way they feel and what our tools can actually show usually is received with a lot of anxiety. So by applying this type of technology, we can now start to understand that indeed there are changes happening in the brain that perhaps we were missing before.
When we meet a partner like icometrix that's on the cutting edge of solutions focused on the MS community and the clinicians that are working with them, we're really proud to be able to celebrate their leadership and the meaningful contributions that they're making to the community.
We started icometrix to help one patient through our engineering skills. We're not medical doctors, but now we're really helping thousands and thousands every day, and that's really amazing. And with MSAA specifically, I think it's so important that we also look at that underserved population where there's a lot of people with multiple sclerosis that might not have all the means financially or in other ways to get the best possible care.
MSAA as an organization and with the services that it provides is helping fundamentally in transforming the way in which we can provide services and achieve better outcomes in patients that have limited access to healthcare. And providing that is going to be transformative for us, not only as a society, but specifically as an MS community.
Please join us in honoring icometrix as this year's Corporate Honoree and welcoming Matthew Comiskey to the stage.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here today. With icometrix, we build software solutions to help people. And when we do this, we get this little gift, I always say. We get to see it propagated out to the community. In that case, it could be doctors, physicists, technologists, and patients. And one of the gifts that we always love to see is when people use our software. And so no matter what we do in our world in building the best solution that we feel as though could help this world, it's advocacy groups like the MSAA that truly puts it in people's hands. And this ability to give state-of-the-art technology, bleeding-edge technology that many people want in even underserved communities is essential. And if we want to make change, and if we want to make change with our software solutions, MSAA is key to it. And if we can all be here today, we can all focus on that and continue to grow it, like we were saying before, to do it tomorrow, to keep bringing forth more and more people to have these solutions. It will be in their hands, and we're giving them insights that they were never able to have before. And Wim and Dr. Augusto Miravalle, they mentioned these things, and they mentioned that we've done this work. But we just build the software. The key is the advocacy groups, the guidelines, all those pieces put together. And we would not be in the place we are without organizations like the MSAA and doctors like Augusto Miravalle. I'd like to thank the MSAA. Thank you for all of this. We are quite honored and quite excited. For a person who's built software for many years, we want people to use it. And what can we say if we're helping patients, no matter where they are, no matter what access they have, to give them the best insights that they have going forward. So I'm truly grateful for the MSAA, and thank you all.
Wow, well, what a wonderful evening. Congratulations again to icometrix and to Tyler. What well-deserved honors for both of you, and seriously, we couldn't ask for better partners. To everyone here in Philadelphia and those joining us in other places in the country, we want to thank you so much for your tremendous support. It truly does make a lasting difference in the lives of people living with MS, and your belief in our mission allows us to do the wonderful things that we all do together. I want to thank you all again, and thank you for being part of the MSA family. We look forward to seeing you again next year. Thank you so much, and good night.